Hello everyone, welcome to Learning Techniques. This is your host Hemant, and today we are going to see exactly how we can create a basic Puppet module and how to upload that on a Puppet Forge. So those who are not aware what Puppet Forge is, it's a Puppet online repository where you can refer to any of the required codes or uh, means whatever task you're doing, you should at least first check the Puppet Forge, or you can also upload your written modules so that anyone can take help of. For example, if you want to search any custom module, first create a basic login over here. Then you can search module written by any of the user. If you don't want to check from any of the user, you can put a module name regarding which you want to write something, and you can always take the references. There are always a quality scores and the number of downloads, which can help you in picking the right module. And as a best practice, usually there's uh, documentation which is pretty good exactly how to use that module, so that is helpful as well. So apart from that, we need the Puppet Forge, which I shown you. There's a link, so go to that and create a basic login. Then any sort of Git type of bucket you can use, like GitLab or GitHub. It's good for documentation purpose, so it's not mandatory, but it is good, and it will also add a score to your module written by you if you are providing that portion. So that's on from the theory part. Let's quickly jump onto our terminal and see how we can play with these things. So this is a basic Red Hat 7. This is my Puppet master. So in order to create a new module, means either you can use manually or you can use a command like PDK. It's a Puppet Development Kit, which is, I believe, which is in use from Puppet module, Puppet version 4 and later. In the previous version, the commands were like Puppet module, but now it is depreciated and it's being replaced by PDK. So it's a simple RPM you can install through the Puppet tools repository. So I won't show that. You can yourself do that. Once you have the PDK installed, you don't need to start any services. It will start working like a plug and play thing. Now we have the PDK. So if you don't know how to use that, just simply type a PDK or PDK hyphen hyphen help. It will give you a lot of options. You can use a build. It won't build a module, but it build a compatible package basically from a module that can be published in a Puppet Forge. Then on the console option, or you can use a new option to if you are starting from the scratch. So I'll start from the scratch. So we'll be writing a basic module. So PDK new, and the type of the object is my module and the module name. So I'm giving demo message. It's not mandatory you use PDK. You can create a module manually as well. So it will ask some questions that under which name or which head you want to upload on Forge. So my username is Hemant Gangwar over there. So I'm uploading over that only. You can also write the author of this module. Then under what licenses, you can check the available licenses from here. I'm going with the default Apache 2.0. And then on which OS release your module will be compatible. It's good if you provide the best appropriate option, press an enter key, and it will generate a basic metadata for you. So now it will show you a message that it has written a module inside your module path or whatever module path you have. Now, if you want to see what available modules I have, so Puppet module list. Probably this should be visible over there. So these are the modules written for me. Like you can see the latest created one is the demo message module. So inside your directory path, it won't be written as a username hyphen demo message. It's only for the reference purpose for Forge. So it's a module created for you. Now quickly see what is inside that module. It has created a basic structure for a module like a manifest where you can put your code, or it's here YAML, basic here YAML, your data for the directory for the here YAML. Then you can also put static files in your files for the templates in your template, or dynamic files in your template folder. I won't go much detail inside that. If required, I'll create a separate video how we can write a module from the basics. So let's go into that. Now, as the previous message was there, it has created a metadata for us. So let's quickly view the metadata file. So it contains your basic username information, which version you want to upload, then license, etc., and which OS release your module will be compatible with. So just create a basic module here. So I'm moving to manifest, or we can again use a PDK command. So to write a new class, so PDK new class and the class name. I'll put the class name as notification. Okay, so new class name notification is created for me. Now, if I see in my code directory, I can see a notification.pp is there. So quickly move to that portion. And I prefer writing a simple notification resource. So I'll use a notify and I'll put a title to it. Welcome message. In the message, I want to put over here. Hello, user. Welcome to my node name. Okay, I'll put a variable, basically a factor value that will resolve my node name to, or resolve my variable basically to my node name on whatever node name I'm running that. Let's close that and it's auto closer. So the structure is fine. If you want, you can use it directly, or if you want, we can also put like a general init.pp. Just class, the class name. A default class name is the module name, that is demo message. Then which subclass you want to include. So demo message and our notification. And that's fine. I hope I haven't made any spelling mistakes. So, okay. Now let's quickly add this to our manifest site.pp or whatever structure you are following and test if this thing is working fine on my system. So environment production, I'm using a here structure. So for me, it will be inside my common.yaml. Let me call this module over here. Okay, and let me quickly run a Puppet run to see if it's taking this fine. Okay, so changes look good. On whatever node it will go, it will resolve to the node name and will print a message like whatever we have put in the code structure. So this is a basic module which we have written for ourselves, and it looks good. Means your code can be much more complicated or much more application oriented. Now, before uploading it to the Forge, let's quickly create a Git repository for that. So I'm again switching my console to the my GitHub section and quickly create a new repository for it. Okay, and we'll add the README later. Now, before uploading that, I'll pick the commands from here, but before picking that, let's edit our README to involve very less information. This again is customizable. You can upload as per your requirements. Welcome to your new module demo message, and you can put in like what this module can do, what variable it use, or what requirements, what dependencies it require. Your README can be as interactive as per your requirement, or the good README or the more informative README is always good, and people used to download those modules pretty quickly. So that is that. Just one more thing, and I'm not switching my screen again. I'm just taking the URL of the GitHub repository and just put it inside a metadata.json so that you guys can later correlate why we have done that. Just put a small summary for this. This module is only for demo purpose. Okay, so we are kind of good. Let's just quickly run the git command. So let me see if I'm in the correct directory. Okay, so let me do a git init to initialize my git repository. Now this directory is initialize the git repository for me. I'm just taking the commands from there. You can scroll back the window and start seeing those things. Okay, let me switch my main branches. Okay, it's not found, that's fine. Let me first add the files and then we'll play with that stuff. So the git status as of now, we have that much files that are required to be added to git. So you can either do a one by one or you can simply put a git add dot and it will add the files for you. Now if it won't add basically, technically, it will only add in the git metadata that these files are ready to be put in the git structure. Now it will send you that the next command you have to put a git commit. So just which files are ready to commit it, let's commit them. -m, and let me give my git commit name like a initial demo commit. Okay, so now if I run a git status, it should be pretty clean. So yeah, it's pretty clean now. Now let me add my that git repository over here so that my origin would be clear. Okay, my repository origin, I have these commands are provided on the git page. Now, is it possible if I switch to the main branch anyway? Okay, that's good now. And now let me put these things to origin. Okay, it will ask me a username, and this is the most tricky part. I believe it's not going to take my key because I put the this. Yes, I was expecting the same thing. Actually, I put the HTTP base origin. So let me just add. Okay, so let's go to git config that git slash config. My bad again. Yeah, git config, and let me remove this origin. You can edit your origin over here as well. Now the origin information is removed. So let's quickly add the origin now. And I believe our git status is good. So now we can try again our git push command and it should push depending on your keys. So yes, it has pushed to your repository. Let's quickly now jump to the GitHub page and see if we can see the new code. Just quickly refresh it. And our code should be visible. So good, our code should be visible and a basic README is also visible. So as of now, we have written a Puppet module. We uploaded its code on GitHub as well for documentation purpose. Now quickly upload it on a Forge. So to make it basically Forge compatible, so just quickly go to the directory again, and there is a command puppet build, PDK build, sorry, on puppet build, and it will build up module for you. It will ask, do you want to customize your metadata again? So I don't want to, I'll go with the optional enter. And so it will regenerate a metadata for me and also a file for me. So now it has written a file for me. Now let me quickly upload this file to my, just a second, I'm looking for the options. That's fine, okay. Let me quickly upload this file to my system. So for that, I'll be using WinSCP or any regular utilities you can use. And I'm just pausing this video. And once my file is copied on my local system, I'll resume that again. Okay, so, So I have uploaded that file to my local system. So now just quickly move to the Puppet Forge and publish a new module under that name. So it will ask you from where to upload. I have copied this file over here on my local system. So let me quickly upload it. Now it will ask you for upload tab. If any errors will be there, it will put your options. Our module do not have any errors. So it's uploaded fine. Now give your basic metadata information as per your metadata generated. Then it will also give you the different type of options, how and by which you can download and use this module. So my favorite is manual installation. You can always run these type of commands on your Puppet server and it will install your module. Then your basic README. Now the GitHub code that came into picture. It's your project URL. If you click it over here, it's a good practice to put your project URL and you can see that it will point you to the GitHub page where you have written your code. So that's pretty much from my end on this video section. I hope you find that knowledgeable and useful for you and in your work. So in case you have any questions, do let me know. And also you can always share your feedbacks. Thank you. Thank you very much for being such a nice audience. Thank you very much.